Hi there! Awesome Animals is here. When animals get in trouble, there's often no one near to help. Most of them can die in these tragic situations, but sometimes gentle-hearted people come to help. Now I want to show you 10 cases of wonderful animal rescues. Stay with me. It was both a horrific and a happy day for a poor puppy named Nakio when he was unexpectedly found in an abandoned house with paws frozen into the puddle. Nakio was taken to the animal shelter where specialists, struggling for his limbs, failed to save them. Christy Pace, a vet's assistant, wanted to help an injured dog and took Nakio home. She decided to raise money for 2 unique prosthetic hind legs for Nakio. The owner of the orthopedic company, Martin Kaufman, who had made the first pair of prosthetic legs, was so inspired by Nakio's situation that he made a pair of front legs for free. Thus, Nakio became the first dog in the world with bionic paws. When Nakio has his bionic legs on, he can do all the stuff that other dogs can do with real legs. He's very happy and enjoys his new life. There are many cases when poor animals are found in abandoned houses, and sometimes terrible things happen to them. Little puppies were left in the house. When people came in, they saw some of them running and hiding, but suddenly they heard a whine somewhere under the floor in the toilet. They had to crash almost all floor plates to pull the little creatures out. There were other dangerous and hard to get places in the house, where people found injured and scared to death puppies. It was very hard work, but the rescuers were really satisfied as they managed to save several lives. The rescuers found this poodle in the desert. It was a badly injured, unhappy dog with one paw. The poor puppy nervously moved behind and didn't let people come closer. It took the rescuers a lot of time to convince the poodle that they wouldn't do him any harm. The dog was terribly scared, and he was fiercely struggling, biting Loretta, one of the rescuers, several times. For his martial spirit, the dog was named Washington and got a big cheeseburger. And it was a crucial moment. The dog became calm and let them take him to the hospital. There, both Washington and Loretta got medical help. Though Washington's paw was badly injured, doctors could save it, making a prosthesis for him. Washington got a very rare chance to survive and was very grateful to his rescuers. But not only dogs and cats need help. This baby chipmunk had fallen from its nest, which was located very high. The family, which found him, was very eager to save his life. The rescuers decided to get it back to its home. To accomplish this difficult task, the rescuer had to use belay rope and go down from the roof. The man put this little cutie in its nest and was glad that he managed to do that. Every life, even if it is a very small one, matters indeed. It's wonderful that some people can't leave behind an animal in trouble. It gives these poor things a chance to survive. This wounded and starving dog was walking alone on the road when someone noticed him and called the rescuers. The exhausted dog almost did not resist when people were trying to catch him. When they brought him to the shelter, he could only lie silently without moving. He was so depressed that he paid no attention to anything. But with every single day, he was feeling better and better. Of course, it took this dog a long time to recover from his physical and emotional wounds. But thanks to tender care, he managed to do that. Young animals can get hurt easily because of their natural curiosity. This elk calf was unlucky to get trapped in razor wire. This little thing was awfully scared and he was constantly whining. Forest officers felt very sorry for him, and they were trying to help the poor boy as fast as possible. The calf couldn't believe that he is safe and could go anywhere. He was standing with his ears down for some time, and then went away, limping slightly. It's impossible to say if he could survive after this trouble or not, but let's hope for the best. This unlucky dog was stuck between the narrow bars of an iron gate for several hours before someone heard his cries and called the rescuers. And they rushed for help. The dog was hopelessly standing, and his poop was all over the place. It was an extremely hard time for the poor one. The rescuers were gently trying to push him through the bars without hurting him, and they did this at last. The dog had no strength left as he had been struggling for a long time. The rescue team took him to the shelter, where he got all the medical care he needed. The terrible situation happened to a little bear cub. His mom had been deadly hit by a car, and the little baby had no chance to survive in the forest without her. The rescue operation was organized to save the poor creature, and it was a real challenge because the bear cub didn't want to be saved and hid on a very high tree. This small but very wild beast was struggling fiercely, trying to escape from people, and it was very aggressive. The people managed to catch it and brought it to the farm where other bears, found it in the forest, lived peacefully. Sorry to say, it is impossible to set the bear free as this little one can't stay alive in the wild, so it is likely to stay with people. Ice drift begins in springtime, and it is a difficult time for wild animals because they often get trapped on packed ice. This fox couldn't get out from the drifting ice plate. People noticed it from the boat and wanted to save it. The wild animal didn't expect people to do anything good and was trying to stay away. It didn't get into the boat either. The only thing left for the rescuers was to push the ice plate forward to the land. When they came closer to the water side, the fox jumped into the water, and sometime later, everything was okay. It is frightful to think what could happen to this fox without people's help. It was great luck that some people noticed this small thing in the mud of a gutter way and wanted to help it. The spacing between the bars was too narrow to take it out, and the people tried to pull it out with the help of a container with some tasty things in it, but the hedgehog didn't want to go inside. They tried many times and many different containers, but they failed. At last, people took it out. The hedgehog was tired and sleepy. However, it didn't refuse to have some food. The full stomach above all, am I right? The hedgehog, well fed and joyful, went away, leaving the people happy and satisfied with their work. I will be very glad if you like this video, because showing you these things is very important to me. Tell me, what case do you find the most amazing? Let me know in your comments down below.